All right, welcome back into another episode of To The Show Baseball Podcast presented by ProspectsLive.com. I am your host, Andrew Parker, and today's episode, I have one of the hottest hitters in minor league baseball right now. I got Ryan Cesarini on from the Cleveland Guardians organization. He's coming off an Eastern League Player of the Week where he hit 6 home runs, had 11 RBIs, 27 total bases in 6 games. He had 3 home runs in 1 game last week. That'll help. But he's got a over 1,200 OPS and over 21 games in Double-A. The last 21 games he's had. He's got 7 home runs in 12 games in August. I mean, I could go on and on. We do talk about it, too, on the interview. So he is just ripping the cover off the ball, and we dive into why that is happening. But before I shoot to the interview, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcasts, a like and subscribe goes a long way. Making a big push on the YouTube channel right now, trying to hit 600 subscribers by the end of August. So any help there is appreciated. But without further ado, let me shoot you on to the interview with Ryan Cesarini. All right, Ryan. Thank you so much for coming on. You are coming off an Eastern League Player of the Week for the week that you just had, which we will dive into. But I gotta ask, like, how are you feeling? I mean, not even just on the baseball field, but how are things going in general for yourself?
Yeah. First off, thanks for having me on here. I appreciate you, um, and I'm feeling as good as I ever have. It's been crazy, not just last week, but I think beginning of August, just in general. I mean, people are texting me like, "Dude, what's going on?" And the best response is, I'm just as shocked as you guys are. I mean, just everything's connecting, everything's clicking. And then obviously when you're playing well, you feel well. I mean, hard to feel like shit when when you're hitting home runs and doubles. And so I mean, everything's good. I mean, can't be happier. And
I feel like I'm kind of looking at, like, I don't know if you play MLB The Show, but it's like, road to the show stats where it's like, you're just absolutely raking with your guy. And I mean, some of these numbers that you've put up, I mean, 6 home runs, 11 RBIs, 27 total bases just last week alone. And you had 3 home runs in 1 game. That'll definitely help the stats there. But I know you just said that your guess is as good as mine, but like what is clicking? Like what happened to you? Like, I don't know if have you done any digging on this?
so funny enough, last week my first 2 plate appearances, I was leading off the game, so I came back in the dugout. I was like, dang, like I'm not really seeing it well at this field. This is kind of like screwing with me. And then the next at bat rolled into a double play. I was like, oh boy, it's gonna be a long week. And then I don't know. I really have no clue. I mean, I guess I just stated the process and hit a home run the next one. I was like, okay, there we go. Then the next at bat, I don't know if it was the next one or 2 later, but hit another one, and I was like, holy crap, first multi-homer game ever. And then the last one was off a position player, but still,
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we count that? Are we going to count that in your book?
I mean, at the end of the year, they count on the stat sheet. I mean, you don't really see.
Yes, they do.
But let's keep that one on the low.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the third one. It was a nice 47-mile-per-hour pitch from a position player. But you know what? Like you said, at the end of the year, you're just looking at the numbers. It counts. It doesn't have an asterisk by it or anything. So I'm going to count it in my book.
Yeah, and I will say, I think that's my first hit off a position player in my pro ball career. So
Okay.
I mean, not a bad one to have.
No, not at all. Like I said, I was going to let you decide if you wanted to keep it or not. I'm keeping it in my book. So in the stat sheet, we'll keep it as well, and it's not going to say what mile per hour is hit off of or anything like that. So
I appreciate that.
I just you mentioned it wasn't just last week. I mean, and I don't know also if it could have been just, I don't know if you just love Altoona after that with I love that stadium, by the way. It's got the roller coaster in right field. It's definitely in one of the more most minor league ballparks out there. But is that ranking towards the top of your list now on where you played?
I mean, I feel like it has to be. I told you the first couple at bats when I got there, I thought I was going to have the worst week of my life. I thought I was going to hate it. And then, yeah, I feel like if you have a performance like that, you can't not put that at the top of the list. And I mean, fortunately, we actually end the season in Altoona, so
Ooh.
at least 6 more games there.
Okay. Yeah, that was going to be another question. It's like, you're coming off of a week like that where you hit 6 home runs and you've been absolutely just pelting the ball. How does one keep that going? Like, how do you come into this series this week and try to keep that momentum going at the plate?
Yeah, I mean, I think the short answer is it's not sustainable, or else I guess
That's fair.
I'd be in the MLB or Hall of Fame, like the best of all time. But no, but I think just going not even day by day, but to break it even down a little bit more and go pitch by pitch. And I think that's been very helpful for me in my career, just kind of not getting too far ahead of ourselves. I think this week we're playing Harrisburg, who has a little bit better of a pitching staff. So not trying to think, oh, wow, this guy in the bullpen throws 100 miles per hour. It's just like, let's just start with the starter. Let's have an approach with him. Let's see what pitches he throws and have a good plan for attack. And then, I mean, the rest is just up to baseball. I mean, everyone knows you could hit a ball 110 and you could be out, or you could hit a ball 70 miles per hour and get a hit off of it. So, like I said, it's all up to the baseball gods, but just going pitch by pitch and day by day.
You have absolutely, obviously pleased the baseball gods for your month of August. So I don't think you've made them mad at any time in the recent past. But I wanted to ask about your power output, and not even just necessarily like the last week, but just this year in general. I mean, you've had 15 home runs over 55 games. I know 6 in 1 week will obviously inflate that, but just your previous career high was 8 back when you were in college. So, have you did you make any changes to the swing, like anything like that? Or what does that look like this year?
Yeah, great question. So at the end of last year, about the last month of the season, I started talking with my coaches, and we are kind of talking more towards my exit plan and the off-season goals. And we started talking about possibly adding in a small leg kick. I don't even call it a leg kick because I don't like to think of it as a leg kick, but kind of just hovering that front foot a little bit. And I mean, with today's analytics, you could tell, or there was someone telling me, oh, if you do this, like the output's going to be this, that. So I was bought in. I mean, I trust the people here, and it's a great community. So we worked on that for the last month of the season. Even that last month, I think I had a couple home runs, more extra base hits than I was used to. And then just continued it into the off season. Worked with the people of the Guardians and the people back home at Ascent. And then I guess that's just what happened. I guess better production, better launch angles, better harder hit balls, better bat speed, and all those things attribute to more home runs. So I guess just it's been a year process, and it's nice to see results that back it up.
Yeah, some of the numbers I was looking at, like a 43.3 hard hit percentage is insane. Your EVs are higher than they've ever been in your pro and college career. I guess that, with you working on that, like, how have you maintained the rest of your game? I mean, I overall, like, you were never known as a guy to really hit the ball over the fence or anything like that coming through college and even getting drafted into pro ball. So how have you kind of worked on maintaining your other aspects of your game while the power increase?
Yeah, I mean, I think just attacking everything on a day to day basis, like I said before, like no no one's perfect, or else you'd be the best player in MLB. There's always stuff to work on. I mean, it's a game of failure, but I think, like I said earlier, the Guardians are good. I'm sure other orgs are too, but Guardians are really good at getting in your work before the game and making sure you have a plan of attack for what you need to get done or improve on. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I was working on my hitting and different mechanics, but it's also important to get your reps in the outfield, or um, whatever it is, base stealing starts, whatever it is. They're good at getting that work done before the game and developing. So um, top or hats off to them for sure.
I just had to double check myself for something I was looking at earlier, but some would I guess put together, like, with the uptick in power that you're showing in hitting the ball over the fence, might sacrifice a little bit of contact, as in resulting in more swing and miss and things like that. But for yourself, that hasn't really generated or come to be true of like your strikeout numbers going way up or anything like that. Like, I believe I was looking at it, and I might be wrong on this, but I think you almost had the same amount of home runs last week as you did strikeouts. That's kind of absurd a little bit, but I guess it is impressive to me. And I don't know if this is a question, more of just a statement. Like, having the ability to start hitting for this much power and also not adding up the swing and miss and strikeout numbers is quite impressive. So hats off to you as well for being able to maintain the plate approach and things like that while also hitting the ball over the fence.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. I think it's funny. I was just talking to someone about this. When you're hitting so well, I feel like it's almost easier to go up to the plate because you kind of know, hey, I just hit a curveball out for a home run. He's probably not going to throw me that pitch again. Um, so you can kind of just eliminate pitches and see pitches better. Or, hey, he's probably not going to be in the zone as much. He's probably going to throw a lot more chase pitches. So what I found to be true is when you're hitting better, it's almost easier to hit, as stupid as that sounds. You could go up there and kind of be way more confident with what the pitcher's going to throw. For instance, last week, hit a home run off a lefty, first pitch of the game. I was like, well, I'm not getting a fastball for the rest of the game off him. Next plate appearance, he threw a curveball in the dirt, spit on it, and then I was like, okay, he's probably just going to spam me with the off speed. Threw a curveball right down the middle and hit another home run. So, I mean, yeah, it's like I said, baseball gods, once you hit the ball, it's kind of up to them, but it almost makes hitting, in my mind, a little bit easier when you're having success at the plate.
Is it hard to not get wrapped up in the stats? I know I've read off to you a lot of numbers. I know you're probably seeing a lot of stuff on this like really hot stretch you're on, but is that hard to kind of, I guess, stay out of it? Just like, I don't know, like, how do you view, like, looking at your numbers and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're doing well, it's great to look at numbers.
Yeah.
But when you're struggling, you kind of don't want to look at them as well. But I think everyone kind of checks their numbers. It's especially when you're playing a game; they're usually up on the scoreboard. But I try to stay away from it as much as I could. I mean, like I said, if you have a week like I just did, or in the past couple of weeks, like you're gonna see it, and you kind of know you're doing well. But I try as much as I can to just stay away from it. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I would probably feel the same. Obviously you would not want to look at it on bad weeks. You obviously are feeling on top of the world, want to look at it in good weeks. And when you have a 1,000 slugging percentage in over 12 games in August, it's probably hard not to look at things like that because it's fun, it's cool, it's like video game numbers. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you've obviously, we've been talking about, you've had a great stretch right here. We are into we're in the second half of August now, which is kind of crazy to think about, but you have like a little over a month of the minor league season left. I think the double A season is about a month out, if I'm correct on that. But so we're on the last legs of the year here. Do you have any like goals that you want to hit by the end of the year? Like, do you have any in mind that you're like trying to accomplish before the end of the season?
Um, I didn't have any goals, and I was kind of joking around with my teammate because I think he's three home runs away from a 2020 season, and we were talking about this before last week, and he was joking around, like we were kind of messing around, like, oh yeah, like you're gonna do a 2020 season too. I was like, dude, I need 11 homers in like 5 weeks. Like, I don't think that's happening. And then I hit 6 home runs. So now I'm at 15 home runs and 13 stolen bases. So I wouldn't say it's a goal to have a 2020 season, but like it's definitely obtainable now. I mean, it would still take a crazy stretch of baseball for that to happen, but that'd be something really cool to have. But like I said, I wasn't expecting that to happen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. It is the 2020 season is an absolutely fantastic goal. And even if you don't hit it, I still think it's a great goal for you to have. Just be like, I'd love to hit that. Just something to kind of play for. And yeah, it's attainable. Who would have thought? But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was so cool seeing, obviously 15 home runs in 55 games. I am curious, by the way, you did miss a month of the season this year with an injury. Um, I guess am very curious about like how you were able to come back from that injury and kind of put this together. Like I know having the injury when you did in the middle of the season and missing a month of from June to July is probably pretty tough. Just like right smack dab in the middle of the year. So how does one like miss that much time and then come back and be able to get things rolling again?
Yeah. So fortunately, I was able to have a good start to the season in high A baseball, and um, unfortunately, I got hurt. It's just how it is and how it goes. But I think when it was all said and done, I actually missed about 7 weeks. So just with like coming back and trying to rehab. Um, but yeah, I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. I figured come back, just the year was what it was going to be, and that's how it was going to be. But um, I was lucky enough to have success. I think my first game back, I had a couple hits, and yeah, like the train just kept moving. It was almost like I picked up right where I left off prior to the injury. But um, I think it's just important to have that good mental mindset. I think everyone talks about how baseball is such a mental game, and you can't really let something like that get get you down and let that affect your game. I think you just got to keep moving forward, and life goes on.
So last month we officially hit the 2-year anniversary of you turning pro, and when you were drafted in the 14th round in the 2024 draft. So you're officially a little over 2 years now in pro ball. Do you keep that like do you keep a chip on your shoulder being a 14th round guy? Like, I mean, how do you view like where you are now, like compared to like, when you brought in, maybe the expectations weren't as high as like, a top 5 round guy or something like that. Like, how do you view that?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chip on my shoulder. It's no disrespect to anybody else, but I think people always overlooked me, underlooked me. But I think it's cool to when you go out there and you perform. I mean, numbers don't lie, and it's cool to say, oh, like you're competing with the guys that they drafted on day one or day two, early day two. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I don't like to talk bad on anyone. I won't talk bad on anyone on here. Um, but it's definitely something I keep on my shoulder. Like, hey, like teams missed out, or you guys should have got me a lot earlier. But yeah, no disrespect to anybody. Uh, just something I keep on my shoulder, like you said.
As you should. I mean, and that's not a dig on anybody else that was drafted before you, or in. I mean, it's honestly probably a dig on 29 other organizations for not believing in you. That's who I'm taking a dig at, but not anybody, like not a personal thing, but
Yeah.
um,
If anything, I think it just helps add fuel to the fire for me to say, hey, this is something to prove them wrong. Let's show them that a 14th rounder is just as valuable as a second, third rounder. So
I love that. I mean, it's because also it's looking at obviously the CBA thing is a wild thing right now, and they're possibly talking about, I've seen rumors of cutting the draft to 10 rounds or whatever it is. It's like, it possibly like if they had done that before your draft, like you might not have been drafted type thing. And it's like, I don't know. I love that, like having the chip on the shoulder, just kind of like I'm taking this with me. I'm not supposed to technically be here, or like the expectations weren't like this. So no, I think that's a good mindset to have. All right, I have a couple questions left here before I let you slide. You are a Philly guy, I believe through and through. I know you are a St. Joe's guy, so I know that you have Philly roots in you. So I like asking this question to guys just because I'm a big food guy myself. But you're a little far. Actually, you're not as far away from home right now, but you're not like real nearby. So my question is like, you know all year long. You're down in spring training at affiliates. You haven't been back home. What is there any food that you're missing from back home that you can't get that you're like, that's my first stop when I get back?
Mm, I would say the pizza is just not the same as it is in the Northeast.
Philly's got good pizza.
Pizza, especially Arizona, like, oh, the pizza sucks out there. Like, Friday,
I would figure.
my family will come out and we're like, wow, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Ohio, I'm in Ohio right now.
Yeah.
It's out here, but I mean, I'm originally from Scranton, went to school in Philly, but I'll die on a hill saying that Scranton area has some of the best pizza, if in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I figured Arizona probably wasn't going to have the best. I'm sure there's good spots. You just got to find them, but I have noticed in the northeastern section of the country, you can find them more easily, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. I didn't know that Philly had, or even I guess Pennsylvania that had good pizza until now. So I guess I'll have to put it on the bucket list to go try it. But I'm too much into the New York slices and the Boston and New Haven and all that. But I'll give Philly a shot.
I think those are good places too. Just I think the further west you get, it just starts tanking.
There you go. I'm with you. I'm surprised you didn't say a Philly, but that's maybe that's just too obvious. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the obvious. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's fair. All right. So I do want to ask, if you have like obviously every Monday you have an off day if you're not like on the bus or like traveling to wherever you're going. But if you are not at the field, you're not like practicing, you're not doing anything baseball related, you got free time. What are you doing in that free time?
Yeah, I would say typically it's golfing. I've the last month or so I've tried to stay away from it just because coming off of an oblique injury. I just want to finish the season strong and not get hurt, especially doing something on the off day like golfing.
Mm,
But in the past, I would say every Monday is usually a golf day. But the past month or so, I've been seeing new movies. Just saw the Odyssey. I play the guitar a little bit. Been playing that. But yeah, I mean, it's the past month has been a little bit different. Just trying to figure out new stuff to do. But yeah, I would say most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, it's usually wake up, sleep in a little bit, get some breakfast. Go out, hit the course, get some dinner with the fellows, and then before you know it, you're going to bed and waking up for the next day.
I'm not like a superstitious guy by any means, but if you have not golfed and whatever you've done for the last month, like, are you just going to keep that going? Are you going to mess with that right now?
Well, like I said, I told myself I'm not golfing. I mean, I do have my golf clubs here, but I've been pretty good, like not touching them. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest superstitious guy, but if if success like this keeps happening, yeah, I got to keep get the same routine every day.
Do you got like, I mean, have you been like putting on like, I mean, have you been like wearing the same socks? Like, has there been anything that you can like be like, I can't switch, or the batting gloves, I can't change these out until like, is there anything like that?
Um, Honestly, no. I think I guess I have a little superstition of if I get a hit with or if I have a hit streak with the batting glove. So if I get a hit with let's say my yellow batting gloves, then the next day get another hit, and then the third day get another hit. I'll just keep wearing those batting gloves until that streak runs out. So right now I'm wearing yellow batting gloves, and I don't. It's kind of like a funky color, but I mean,
It works.
you could bet that I'll be wearing them tonight.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I had to ask. I know some guys, it's mostly the pitchers are kind of weird. It's like, they got like weird stuff going on where it's like, if I threw a good outing, like we're doing that again. Like, I don't know. But obviously, starters are, only starting once a week or once or twice a week. So a little different, but had to ask. But all right, Ryan, I appreciate all the time. Obviously, I'm wishing you the best of luck as we close out here over the last month. But thank you again for doing this.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, and thank you. Yeah.